Uganda. I should like to say, watching the movie was not really the right thing, although it depicted the reality on the ground. Personally, for a long time, I've been a believer that the South actually built and still continue to build the Greater North. I call it the humble South, continue to build the Greater North. My sister was talking about Congo. The last time I read about Congo was in 2010, and I came across a statement there that the mineral reserve, the worth of the mineral reserve of Congo is equivalent to the GDP of USA and Europe combined. That was in 2010. So that's when it occurred to me that really, I think there's a lot that Africa could do, not only for themselves, but for the whole world. But maybe because of, selfish interests, we're not able to do much. I'm not going to repeat what the current speakers have all said. But what I draw from that film is that I think fighting poverty requires a new model. A model that is holistic and inclusive. And I think that model, the process of developing that model should start now with this generation. Because I'm very glad the whole globe is coming to realize that I think there's a problem. It reminds me of a famous South African statement, Ubuntu. I don't know if you correct me, that I am because we are. So I think really that's where we need to begin. And then following what my colleague Conte said, yes, much as we are trying to look for these opportunities, but I think it's also important that we begin the process of restoring the confidence of our people. We need to restore that mindset that was actually, that was corrupted, that was eroded. I think that's where it should start. Thank you.
Thank you for being brief.
For me, the movie has highlighted the relationship between colonialism, independence, and poverty. I just want to expose to you a situation where I think these three factors being interrelated reflects itself. Mauritius, my country, has been a colony of the French as from 1715. In 1810, a battle took place between the British and the French, and the British won the battle. And since 1810 till 1968, it has been a British colony. In 1968, when Mauritius was having its independence, something really bad happened. Mauritius has a large sea territory with lots of small islands. Most of these islands cannot be inhabited because they have some endemic species in terms of plants and animals. But there are three major islands which belong initially to Mauritius, where there is population. Mainly there is Rutgers Islands, there is Agaliga, and there were the archipelagos of Chagos. The archipelagos of Chagos had people who have been living there. But in 1968, when revolutionaries who wanted to have votes for Mauritius to gain independence were negotiating with the British Empire, the British Empire and those Mauritians had made an agreement. The agreement was that in order for Mauritius to obtain independence, Mauritius should give over the archipelagos of Chagos to the British. And it is what happened. And the population of archipelagos of Chagos has been redeployed to Mauritius. And until now, even though these people from Chagos community, they have British passport and they have Mauritian nationality at the same time, they are among the poorest persons on the island.
Thank you for sharing. Abbas, and then we have some speakers, and you'll be next.
Thank you very much for Center for Global Education for this forum. First of all, my name is Abbas. I'm from Iraq. Actually, I am thinking about what is the relationship between what is the causes of poverty. If we are recognize the causes of poverty, we are going to find some solution for this big problem. In my point of view, I think there is a relationship between the savage capitalism and unfortunately, savage capitalism and the war of sources. The war of resources, because, for example, the savage capitalism. Think about the foreign policy of the old North wealth countries before the end of the World Cold, before the 1919, and then the poverty problem is going to be biggest. I'm thinking about where is the taxpayers, where is the money of taxes. There is a lot of, for example, all the wealth states, all the wealth country in the north spent a lot of money upon the wars, upon the illegal wars. In my home country, we are suffering from not on the war only, but also to fund or to support some authoritarian regimes in my home country, for example, or in this area, in the Arab countries. All the Western countries supported some authoritarian regimes in the Middle East. And then this authoritarian regime, when this authoritarian regime collapsed, the problem is anarchy. Not in my home country, when